Have you ever gotten killed by an obscure weapon, looked up in the kill feed, and thought to yourself, oh, that's what that kill icon looks like? Because I've had that happen to me a few times recently, and this got me thinking about some of the lesser seen kill icons that are in the game. Whether they're for weapons that nobody uses, situations that rarely happen, or just on weapons that you just can't seem to land a kill with, there are several kill icons that rarely see the light of day. And as someone with almost 5,000 hours in TF2 and way too much free time to think about these things, I got to wondering, what is the rarest kill icon I've ever encountered in TF2? Now, what I mean by a kill icon is the little picture of a weapon that appears in the kill feed between the player who got the kill and the player who died. There are a lot of them. You can check the wiki yourself if you want to see all of them, but that's a short explanation of what they actually are, just in case you didn't know. Now, there are several weapons in the game that have uncommonly seen kill icons because they're scarcely used for actual combat. For instance, you don't see the Fan of War icon in the kill feed much because the thing is a support tool and only does 9 damage on a hit. The Tide Turner and the Charge and Targe are mostly used for either mobility or to allow you to get the critical hit on your swords. While it is possible to randomly kill a low health enemy with the Shield Bash, it doesn't happen super often. The Short Circuit does have decent killing potential with its energy ball, but you're never really going to be attacking enemies with a primary fire much since it has short range and it's just a worse pistol, so seeing the basic Short Circuit kill icon isn't very common either. The Rap Assassin is very useful as a damage dealing melee, but the vast majority of its damage comes from the bleeding the bauble inflicts and not the actual weapon, so getting actual melee kills with it and seeing its icon are also pretty rare. But these weapons are all good enough in their own right that people use them pretty often, and while I wouldn't call these specific kills with them common, they're not exactly rare either, since every once in a while someone will get into a desperate situation and manage to get a random crit on an enemy or two with them. Weapons that have rarer kill icons are the weapons that are hard to get kills with but also don't have good enough utility to make people want to actually use them ever. I'm talking things like the Sandman, the Thompson, the Overdose, the Sun on a Stick, the Sharpened Volcano Fragment, the Fire Axe, the Bone Saw, and the Righteous Bison, which aren't impossible to kill people with necessarily, but they're either outclassed by better weapons or just straight up suck, so you don't see them floating around casual too often. You could also make a decent argument for the rarest kill icon being on a super expensive weapon that very few people have, like the Bat Saber, the Saxy, the Golden Frying Pan, and stuff like that. But I feel like the people who own these weapons are going to be super privy to using them as much as feasibly possible because they paid a lot of money for them. So while you may not meet Golden Frying Pan owners that much, you'll definitely know when there's one on your server, not to mention if they ever die with it, people will pick them up, and that's even more Golden Frying Pan kill icons in the kill feed. I think the rarer kill icons are from the weapon reskins that aren't that expensive, but nobody ever uses for whatever reason. This would be stuff like the Crossing Guard, the Freedom Staff, the Black Rose, the Wangaprick, the Apoco Fist, the Snack Attack, the Ab Sap, and even to some extent the Bread Bite. People seem to be allergic to these weapons, and I've genuinely seen fewer Crossing Guards than Golden Frying Pans in my time playing TF2. So if you only play casual, you'd probably be right in saying that the Saxy and the Golden Wrench have the rarest kill icons, but that's a boring answer and I'm not satisfied with it. Between the occasional rich person, people trying out meme playstyles, and even wild cards like community server plugins, the kill icons for weapons like the Golden Wrench, as rare as they may be in casual, aren't super uncommon in the realm of community servers, especially if you frequent servers with weapon plugins enabled. No, the rarest kill icons come from hyper-specific situations which only happen once in a blue moon, and there are surprisingly quite a few unique icons for these. Two examples toward the more common end of this spectrum would be the Flaming Arrow kill icons. Unless you play a lot of Sniper and or Medieval mode, you probably didn't even know that there are separate kill icons for getting a body shot kill with a Flaming Arrow and for finishing someone off with its afterburn. There are also all sorts of projectiles that can be reflected, so in addition to the more commonly seen reflected rocket and grenade kills, there are also unique kill icons for reflected stickies, flares, arrows, and even cannonballs. The Machina also provides us with two uncommon kill icons from collateral kills, one from a body shot and one from a headshot. Every taunt kill could also probably fit into this category, but I'll give a special mention to the Armageddon and the Gas Blast kills since they're the hardest to land and also are only on weapons that nobody really ever uses. Certain environmental deaths also go here because they're usually only on a few maps each. Saw blades, trains, the underworld, all of the garbage that Marasmus throws at you, and especially crocodiles really only appear on specific locations on a handful of maps. So unless you exclusively play meme maps like Train Saw Laser, you're probably not going to see these much. So everything I've mentioned so far are kill icons that range from slightly uncommon to once in a blue moon finds, but I've specifically held off on mentioning the 5 kill icons I believe to be the best candidates for the rarest in the entire game. First off is the kill icon for the Memory Maker. The Memory Maker itself is an extremely obscure melee weapon only given to Saxy Award participants who come in 2nd through 7th place in any annual event. But while there are quite a few more Memory Makers in existence than Saxys, it's very rare for their owners to actually try to use them in combat, since they don't have the same flashy appeal as the Saxy does. Additionally, a huge number of community servers have custom plugins that allow donators to give themselves Saxys, but not necessarily Memory Makers. So with all of this in mind, I consider the Memory Maker to be the rarest weapon in the game to see in the kill feed. The second two candidates are the Shadow Leap and the Blast Jump Halloween spells, which both have their own unique icon but are equally as hard to get kills with. The reason that these icons rarely show up in the kill feed are that 1, spells are only available on a select few maps during 1 month out of the year, 2, these spells are meant for mobility so people don't really go for kills with them, and 3, even if you did try to get a kill with them, they both deal abysmally low damage. Shadow Leap deals 10 damage on a direct hit and Blast Jump deals as little as 4. I'm including them both because it's hard to say which one is rarer, since while Blast Jump is much harder to get kills with, Shadow Leap is available on exactly 1 map in vanilla, so we're comparing apples to oranges here. The last two competitors for rarest kill icon only occur in situations that in my 5,000 hours of playing TF2, the number of times I've encountered them is easily in the single digits. The Lumbricus Lid is an obscure promotional cosmetic for the game series Worms, that in addition to giving Soldier a new helmet, also replaces his grenade belt with holy hand grenades. While you have it equipped and use Soldier's kamikaze taunt, a unique song will play, and if you manage to land a kill, a unique icon will appear in the kill feed. For you to stumble across this kill icon in-game, you have to A, find somebody with the Lumbricus Lid, which is a cosmetic that very few people actually use. B, that same person must be using a pickaxe and attempting to get taunt kills, which really doesn't ever happen because it kills you. And C, watch that individual successfully kill somebody with the kamikaze taunt, which is pretty hard to do in its own right. I have no idea why they even bothered making a unique kill icon for this in the first place, because this situation was uncommon when the hat was new, let alone nowadays when there are much better options for Soldier cosmetics. But if you really wanted to see this icon for yourself, you could technically go buy a Lumbricus Lid and start fishing for taunt kills in a casual server. What I personally believe to truly be the rarest kill icon in the game is the Reflected Rescue Ranger Repair Claw kill. On paper, it doesn't seem like this one would be too hard to get if you're trying for it. All you have to do is play Pyro, find an engineer who's using the Rescue Ranger, bait out a few shots from him, and bam, kill icon in the kill feed. But when you consider that engineers who use the Rescue Ranger are typically going to be glued to their level 3 sentry, which obliterates Pyro in seconds, and that you have to land reflected bolts 3 times to actually get a kill, and that engineers will probably stop firing bolts at you after they realize you're good at reflecting, and that these are really fast-moving projectiles that engineer can fire faster than you can air blast, this specific situation happens so rarely that I've legitimately seen this one time ever in casual, and it was when I accidentally reflected a random crit bolt into a low-health soldier. I don't know why this one even has a unique kill icon, since reflect kills with much more common projectiles like Cow Mangler beams and Scorch Shot flares only use the default skull and crossbones, but I'm kinda glad they added this one to the game, since seeing it in the kill feed is like finding a shiny Pokemon. Now I'll also give some honorable mentions to the kill icons that are common but have rare variations based on the color of the background. The non-crit headshot kill icon can only appear if you land a headshot kill on someone under the effects of the battalion's backups, or even though you get the headshot, the crit is negated. Similarly, a non-critical triple punch gunslinger kill and a non-critical Machina penetration kill both require the same conditions as the previous mentions, except they're exceptionally harder to pull off. Alternatively, a critical butter knife kill from any of the knives, specifically the Black Rose and the Wengaprick, can only happen if the spy is crit boosted, and considering your revolver is a much better tool to use in that kind of situation, this isn't really something you encounter much. And finally, there are some theoretical icon variations that aren't possible in vanilla, but I've seen a few times on modded servers, such as critical holiday punch kills, critical sapper kills, non-Australium golden pan kills, Australium kills with weapons that can't be Australium, and so on. Oh, and it used to be possible to kill someone with sappers by beating them in rock, paper, scissors while you're holding one, so I guess that one counts too. So yeah, well, this isn't the deepest topic ever covered on the internet. I've been thinking about this one a lot recently after getting a reflected cannonball kill on a demo man and remembering that it has a unique kill icon. Depending on what servers or maps you play on, you may disagree with some of the things that I've said, and I mean, that's fine. I purposely made this based on my experience in both vanilla casual servers and modded community servers that have every plugin under the sun installed. So while the Golden Wrench is easily one of the rarest kill icons to find in casual, I've played enough custom servers that have SM_give enabled that I've seen this particular one more often than a lot of others mentioned here. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you hated this video, please petition at the YouTube headquarters for them to turn the dislike numbers back on. And most importantly, have a good one.